you've just seen this S2000 dyno. This car's in for full service valve clearances. I think we're going to head with an oil pump, just preventive maintenance. I was just on a dyno run, so it's pretty healthy. But today's video is going to be about S2000, servicing S2000, so pretty much a basic oil change like the FK8 one we did previously. Okay, so the other FK8 video did really well. Thanks. So today in this video we'll show you on this S2000 how to do a basic oil change.
That hasn't rang all day.
Give me a minute. So first things first, the parts you're going to need to service your S2000. Oils, grades of oil. We like to use the Model 8100 5W40. We also like to use their 6100 10W60, but it really depends what the car is used for, mileage, just the general sort of wear and tear on the car and what the customer really requires it for. We sort of tailor the package. But on this instance, we're using Model 8100 XS 5W40. So you'll need 5 litres. Genuine oil filter. Always use a genuine oil filter. Reason being is these engines rev to 9100 RPM. So the larger filter that Honda supply helps oil starvation. It holds oil in reserve better than the likes of people using, say, a Hamp or the smaller non-gen filters. So always use a genuine Honda filter. Part number of the genuine filter is 15400PCX004. Okay, so oil filter done. Next, to remove the filter, you're going to need a filter strap. I'm not 100% sure if Honda have a tool. I'm sure they do. We've never used an S2000. We use a normal generic filter strap. 17mm spanner. You'll need that to remove the sump bung and drain the oil. And obviously then when you're refitting it, you'll need to refit your sump bung washer when you're refitting it. Okay, so like the last video with the FK8, we tried to show you exactly, if you're new to cars, you don't really know, you're sort of watching this video to try and get a bit of feel as what way to change oil in your S2000. You won't know how to jack it up. So once again, we're lucky enough to have a lift. You'll probably have a jack and axle stands. So with S2000, they are quite low, but what I recommend is you can jack the car up on the sill. You actually see here we've got the ramp leg position. There's a reinforced part of the sill there, same way there's in the Civics. You can jack the car with them. There actually is 2 points. There's a bit here and a bit here. Be careful on the wing. You're probably best getting a bit of rubber, something like a hockey puck or a bit of wood onto the sill just to protect it. And then obviously then drop the car onto the axle stand, position it here. Yeah, obviously before you do the second axle stand, make sure the jack's still positioned underneath the vehicle. And when the car's sitting up on the axle stand, give it a wee bit of a shake, make sure it's okay. On the S2000, because the engine is longitudinally mounted, ideally the car shouldn't be pitched, because that way the oil runs to sort of the back of the sump. Yes, it's going to come out anyway, but there will be some oil left in the back of the sump. So you're probably best to jack the car up at all 4 corners and have it up so it's level before you start draining the oil out. Right, so this car's got a lower X brace on it, you can see it here. So it's sort of, it means the spanner we showed you a picture of, we're not going to be able to get in there. We're going to have to use a ratchet with a deep 17 on it. So we'll go ahead and get the oil drained.
Go ahead.
You've cracked your sump bung with your 17. One thing we would say is you've obviously run the car up to temperature to make sure the oil is nice and warm to drain it easier. Make sure when you're taking the sump bung out, you don't just put it, because the oil will come out pretty quickly. So you'll not burn yourself. Okay, so we'll drain the oil there, usually let it good enough come out, and then we're going to remove the oil filter with the oil filter strap. Okay, crack up the strap, and then make sure you get your pan something you need it to be, and then gently just loosen it off and watch for it to start leaking oil out. Get your oil strain out of your sump. Took your filter off, you're just sort of letting the oil run out of it before obviously we dispose of it properly. Your oil, we'll always say this in our guides. If you're doing this at home, your local recycling centre, the majority of them will take used engine oil as long as you're only walking in with 5 or 10 litres. Take your oil to the recycling centre. Don't chuck it down the drain. Okay, so take the seal off your new filter. Okay, and one of the things we always do, the filters do, as you can see there, it's kind of like the oil, it does have like an oil or a grease on it originally, but you best put a wee smear of engine oil around that and then screwing it on. So S2000 takes 4.8 litres of oil with the filter. Best thing to do is probably put 4.5 in it, start the engine, fill the filter, then let it sit for maybe 10 minutes, just let the oil sit in the sump, and then top it up to the level on the dipstick. Best to check your oil level, it'll probably be around in the middle somewhere. Best let the oil settle and then top it up to the top of the wee graded part there on the dipstick, just below where it says H. Obviously that's your highest mark, so it is. Okay, so that's effectively everything's involved in an oil change in S2000. It's a really straightforward process. One of the points we can sort of reiterate, is that the right word? Reiterate?
Yeah.
Reiterate is how important it is with oil changes on these cars. These engines are worth a lot of money nowadays. The majority of them have got high miles, so oil change, we recommend every sort of 3k, 3 to 5k. Some people think that's a bit too much, but once the cars are sort of 80, 90, 100,000 miles, it's best to look after them as much as you can. And for all oil change costs, literally it's preventative maintenance. You're literally going to stop bottom end failure, premature camshaft wear. Yeah, so it's definitely something that's quick and easy to do at home and do it yourself. Okay, so if there's any other technical information you want regarding S2000s, EP3s, any of the Type R, any VTEC engines, hit us in the comments. If you've watched 2 of our previous videos before, please, if you could subscribe, and please like the video.